Hey there, Joe from Wildfire Social Marketing. Welcome to another LinkedIn profile review. Today I'm reviewing Lacey's profile, which I did previously without any sound. So here's a replay or a re-recording. So thanks, Lacey, for being a volunteer in this program. So we're going to start from the top. Now I'm on Lacey's profile, and at the top here behind the profile is her background image. So you can see she has customized it. And the way this one sits is you can actually read most of the text, so you can sort of get some idea around what Lacey does. So well done on that one. I'm not sure if you've customized it exactly for the size. I'm guessing it's going to have been a bigger image that you've resized, because I think I saw something similar on Facebook. So have a look at how the image looks and if you're actually happy with that look and feel of the image. Profile photo, fine. Name, fine. Now the next one down that we want to focus on is the headline. Your headline is this line under your name. So we've got author, co-founder and director, Money School. Now with the headline, you want to be thinking in the seat of your ideal client, but also in a way that because this is your personal brand, you want to make sure that this statement positions you well. So you've got to ask, does it have context? Well, the context here is Money School kind of says a little bit about what we do, and author, co-founder, but I want to know a bit more. So I would be adding a statement around the problem you're solving for your clients, and then have author and maybe Money School at the end, if you want to be known for that. So have a think about how you can position yourself in a way that will connect your ideal clients and also be found by your ideal clients. But don't forget that the headline is one of the areas in terms of keywords and searchability. So you want to make sure that you're loading up in a way that's effective and relevant to your audience. So scrolling down, we've got your summary. So on the old LinkedIn, the summary was given, quite a large amount of space. It's now tucked away behind this see more link. So you can see the first two sentences. So these become really important in terms of branding and action, because you want to inspire the person reading to click and see more, to read more about you. Because if I click see more, I can see the whole summary here, but I'm missing out until I actually click. So make sure these two sentences are connecting. So if we look at how we start, I'm the co-founder and founder and director of Money School. That's almost a repetition of the top here. So, but what does grab me is Money School is a social enterprise helping parents that want to raise financially savvy kids and adults that want to get on top of their finances. That's quite critical, because that's your point of difference in something that you do. So you want to create a opening statement that captures the value that you offer and the problem that your clients have. And don't be afraid to pop in a contact, and it could be an email address or a phone number, so that those people who don't actually click on the see more are able to phone or contact you without any barrier. So I'm just going to run through the 7-step summary formula that you can apply to your profile, Lacey. So like I said, start with that what to engage your connections and get them to click. You want to start with an opening statement or question relating to the problem your target market have. And then you want to talk about, who you solve the problem for, how you solve it, the services you provide, and then we go into the why you. And this is where you want to toot your own horn and in a relevant way, and so that your clients, ideal clients, will connect to you. Now, from your profile, I'm looking here, you've got author of Bunny Money, a children's book teaching 6 to 8-year-olds about the importance of savings. That for me is credibility, because you've got a book and this is a specialty area for you. You've got your background here. Now, this is another point of difference, the fact that you don't come from a finance background, you come from a different background. So look at the skills, the transferable skills and the stepping stones between the two careers and how that comes together. And then we want to add some personal interest. So the personal interest for you may be the story. Why the change? What interested you and what inspired you to specialize in this area? It could also be things, what are you passionate about? What's your bigger vision? What do you do when you're not working? Things that are relevant and around what you do, that support and add to that bigger personality and profile. And also make sure you infuse your personality. So just a side comment here, your profile is written in first person, which is perfect, because writing in first person automatically allows you to step into your personality. So writing in your voice means that you can bring that through. So always make sure it's in first person. And lastly, in terms of summary, the what next, the call to action. So tell people what to do next. So adding if you're interested in learning more, something they should do. Is there a worksheet they can download? Is there, just a website they can go to? Add your phone number, your email address. Maybe a link to this Bunny Money book so people can actually look into it. There are other places you can put all this information, but that just encapsulates it in one opening conversation. So scrolling down, next we've got your experience section. This is where we tell your story. Now, experience covers your roles, your education, and your volunteering. And as you'll see here, you have got 5 roles, and anything older than 5 is in the see more. And of these 5, the top one is featured. And by that, I mean you can see the text and you can see the media. The next one down has see description. So that shows that it's hidden. So if you click see description, there's your media and your text. And because your summary is hidden and all these roles are hidden, this is the one you want to focus on. So in this role, you want to be having a very similar structure to the summary I've just gone through, plus at least 3 items of rich media. And you can have more because you can scroll through them. So yeah, sure, talk about what Money School is, but also talk about the problems you're solving for your clients, the services that you offer, why you and Money School, and the what next. So if we look through here, you've got learn more at moneyschool.org.au, which is great, but something a bit stronger, something direct. And also, like I said, you can also add your phone number and email here as well, so people can actually pick up the phone or email you directly, because that allows them to communicate in that, in the way that they like to communicate at a time they can communicate. So for example, if they're doing their research after hours, let them email you, because that way you can deal with it in your time then. So we keep going down, education. So the studies that you have that back up what you've done and where you've got to, and then your volunteering that sort of supports what you do. And it doesn't necessarily have to be professional. It can be volunteering in school programs like you've got here. So that's great. Now, one thing to note is that these links for your roles go to a company page. So this one here is a company page. You can see here by the icon, and I can actually mouse over and click on it. If I scroll down, the ones that are grayed out are not connected. So either these organizations don't have a company page, or you simply haven't connected the two together. So for example, Steel Heels is a present role. So it's either a matter of, if it's your business, set up a company page, or if it's a business that you're someone else's business because you're a contributor, see if they've got one. And if they don't want one, then that's fine, but it just makes it look more professional when you can connect to a page. Now, scrolling down to skills and endorsements. So as you can see, there's 3 skills listed here. If we click on see more, now here are the rest. The 3 that are featured come from the ones with the most endorsements. But that doesn't have to be the case. You can actually reorganize them. So if these 3 aren't the things you want to be known for and you want to be endorsed for, have a look through here and pick the ones that are. So the ones that are related to the business you're in. If they're not here yet, simply add them, because you can add a few more. So for example, money management, budgeting, personal finance, if those 3 are more important than these, in edit mode, pick them up and drag them to the top. And then people who come to your profile will see them first, and if they've worked with you, they may endorse you. Under that, we generally have recommendations. Now, recommendations are those written testimonials. So you haven't got any. So I would recommend that you actually start bringing that into your process. So look at the clients you've worked with recently, or the ones you're working with now, and ask them for a recommendation. To do that, it's fairly easy, but what I always recommend is, rather than just using the blank default message, actually have a few questions in the message box to sort of frame the response and make it easier for the person you're asking. If they've already given you, said, a written testimonial via email, you can copy and paste that into that box and ask them to if they can approve something like this and make it easy for them. Now, if we scroll back to the top, contact information is hidden behind this Show More link. Now, we are now connected, so I can see everything that you've got in this section here. So I can see you've customized your link. I can see you've got 2 websites, but you can have 3. So I'd recommend you add another one. And it could be another page of a website, so a specific page. It could be a link to your book. It could be a link to your Facebook page if you're active there. Email address, if possible, use a professional email address, so yourdomain.com, and add a phone number as well, because if you're in business, you want people to call you. So add a phone number if you want your first level connections to give you a call, and you've got instant message here. Also add your birthday, because that's another conversation point. And then just the last thing to note is your activity and articles section here. So this sits underneath the top part and before the experience. This is the context. This gives the viewer some idea around your expertise, your thought leadership, and what you're interested in and how you can help them potentially. So I can see you've published 11 articles. Here's the most recent, and this is your activity that you're engaged with. I can see what you like, what you comment, and what you shared. So if I click on either of these 2 links, it will take me to the same area. So the first in this tab is articles. So these are the blogs, the long form articles that you've written and published directly on LinkedIn. And if I scroll down, I can see you last published in February. Before that was January, December. So you're publishing quite regularly, so that's good to see. So it looks like a couple of times a month you're publishing, so fantastic. So keep going with that. Make sure you actually promote these articles once they're published too, many times, so people actually see them. So if you were to say you've published this article here, if you wanted to promote this, you would create an update which would show up in posts. Now the post area are short form content or curated content. So it could be photos. So in this case, there's a photo, there's an update that you've shared. Here's a link. So the image is a lot smaller, so it's a thumbnail from the website, a link that you've shared. Here's another link you've shared. So that's curated content, whereas this is what I would call short-form created content. So that gives the viewer some idea around what your expertise is and what kind of value you can add to their network, to their business. And I can see this was a day ago, so you're fairly active, which is great to see. If we go to all activity, this includes now anything that you've engaged with. And this is what I like to call the low-hanging fruit. So if people aren't publishing or aren't sharing updates, this is the stuff where you go to your home feed potentially and have a look through your network and simply like or comment on things that are presented. So I can see you've liked a BHP update here. You've commented on this one, so this is commenting back on your update. And these are your updates here. You've liked this one. So I can see you're quite active on LinkedIn, so that's good to see. So there's nothing really to recommend there, but just be sure to be promoting your older blogs. So if you go down to a previous one, provided these are still relevant now, which by the title I'd say they are. So don't forget to reshare them really and remarket them so that people will see them again in case they've missed them. Because for example, if you're a fairly new connection, you may not have seen this content. So that's your LinkedIn profile in a nutshell. Great start. Just a few little things to change really, and update to make it work better for you. And then it's just a matter of coming up with your processes and timings to get moving. So that's the new interface. If you've got any questions or if I can help further, do let me know. Thanks, Lacey.